Imagine you meet someone new at work, at a party or online. They ask you, so what do you usually do during the day, or what do you usually do during the week? Easy question, right? But many English learners think, how should I answer that? Today you're going to learn simple, natural answers that you can use in real conversation. So what do you usually do during the week? Well, my week is pretty busy actually. I usually get up at around 7, have breakfast and then go to work. In the evenings, I normally cook dinner and relax. I sometimes watch Netflix before bed. At weekends, I usually meet friends or spend time with my family. I usually go to the gym about 3 times a week. So phrases to use when answering these kinds of questions. I usually, I normally, I often, I sometimes, I rarely, during the week, I, at weekends, I, in the evenings, I. So now it's your turn. I'll ask you some questions and you try to answer naturally. You can pause the video to think of an answer. What do you usually do during the week? And some example answers could be, I usually work during the week. In the evenings, I relax and watch TV. I normally go to work, then I spend time with my family. My week is quite busy. I usually work, exercise and study English. Question 2. What time do you usually wake up? Example answers could be, I usually wake up at around 7 o'clock. I normally get up quite early, around 6:30. I'm not really an early bird. I usually wake up about 9. Question 3. What do you do on weekends? Some example answers could be, at weekends, I usually spend time with my family. I often meet friends. I normally relax at home because I'm tired from work. Question 4. How often do you cook? Example answers could be, I cook every day. I usually cook during the week. I sometimes cook, but I also eat out. I rarely cook. I'm not very good at it. Here's something that native speakers do all the time. They don't always give perfect, detailed answers. Sometimes they use short phrases to keep the conversation natural, or because they just don't want to share what they actually do. Phrase 1, it depends. A question could be, do you always eat breakfast? It depends. If I'm busy, I sometimes skip breakfast. Phrase 2, not really. A question could be, do you go to the gym often? An answer could be, not really, maybe once or twice a month. A question could be, do you have a routine? An answer could be, more or less. My schedule changes sometimes. Okay, let's do a quick speaking practice. I'll ask you a question, you answer first, and then I'll show you an example, okay? Do you usually cook dinner? Pause and answer here. An example could be, yes, I usually cook dinner after work. Question 2, do you exercise during the week? Pause and answer here. An example could be, yes, I often exercise 3 times a week. Question 3, do you watch TV in the evening? Pause and answer. An example could be, sometimes. It depends on the day. Okay, great job. Today you learnt how to talk about your daily routine and habit and daily life using natural English. Next time we'll practice another real conversation. When someone asks, what are you doing right now? That's the present continuous. See you in the next lesson.